crafty friends, this is the Papered Chef here. In today's Ink It Up tutorial, I'm going to focus on more Last Chance products from our 2020 annual catalog, and today I'm going to show you how to create this really fun background using the ink colors by Stampin' Up that are retiring. Now we get colors for 2 years. So these are colors that are retiring. I'm just going to use this Butterfly gems to go over the colors because they're inside my storage right now, and I'll take them out as I use them. I have some storage. I don't know if you can see my storage. Here, we'll pull the storage closer so you can see that too. Okay, so those are the ink colors. So we get colors for 2 years. And these are, there's 100 of these little butterfly gems, and these are colors that are retiring now because this is 2021. So 2019 these came about, right? And then we had them for 2 years, and now we are going to get 5 new colors. So we're going to still have a great deal of colors at Stampin' Up, just that these colors are retiring. So we have Purple Posy, Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, Terracotta Tile, and Pretty Peacock. Out of all 5 of these, Pretty Peacock's my favorite. So let me know which one's your favorite of the retiring colors. Hi, Yvonne. How you doing? So what we're going to do, because it is my favorite and I like looking at it, I like to do things that make me happy. My least favorite of these would be like this Rococo Rose. So I used them for, I made butterflies out of it, but I didn't make backgrounds out of it. I made the backgrounds with the happier ones. Just because I had, it took me a long time to experiment, and I was like, oh, let me make the happy backgrounds. Okay, so here's the project. I'm going to show you how to make this camouflage background. Okay, and then here's the finished project. And when I do my Ink It Up series is a technique series, and I teach you stamping and embossing techniques and things, and I show you the finished projects, unlike some of my other tutorials, which are like mystery stamping. This I'm showing you sort of the finished projects of where you can go with this. Okay, so what we're going to do is make background. We're going to do a background like this. Then we're going to add the butterflies. I'll show you how I did the butterflies. Right? And then how I decorated the cards. And those are my finished cards. So you're going to know, it's going to not be a mystery how I made these cards. Okay? So sometimes I come up with ideas just out of the blue. And this one I was just like sitting in the bathtub and I was like, oh, I really love this camouflage stamp. I can't believe it's retiring. And then I was like, but I can't really show that. I need to show the ink colors because maybe my customers don't know the ink colors are retiring. So then I was like, oh my goodness. It just came to me like a bolt of lightning. I could combine these two. All right, so when you use a background stamp, you either need to use a giant stamping block or you need to use a Stamparatus. We're going to use the Stamparatus. It's already, you can see I've already been using it a lot. Okay, we're going to open up the Stamparatus, and you just mount the stamp right onto the Stamparatus. The Stamparatus stamp positioning tool comes with 2 plastic plates, and you can get more replacement plates so that you can have more projects going at once. All right, I didn't have time to mark off the catalog because I've been washing this so many times and stamping with it. I'm putting a piece of basic white cardstock down in here. But know that this is on sale. Okay, this camouflage stamp set is on sale. It comes in 2 versions, but only one's on sale. One's back ordered. The one that's on sale is the version I'm using. It's called a cling stamp. Means that you can mount it with the Stamparatus, or you can mount it onto a stamping block. There is a wooden stamp that's also retiring that's on back order, a wooden camouflage stamp, but the one I'm using is the cling stamp. This is the one that's on sale. It's marked down. Okay, so it's on our Last Chance sale, linked in the store. So what I want to do is I want to take this color. I want to take Seaside Spray, and I'm going to use this as a base. Okay, I'll move that so you can see my stir. As a base for the card before I do the camouflage onto it. So another retiring item are these Sponge Brayers. I don't know. I checked right before this video. The camouflage stamp's available. I think most of the ink colors, except some of the cardstock's already out. The designer series paper I'm going to show you, the Butterfly Duet Punch, and these butterfly gems, which are marked down that I'm going to show you. That's all there. I didn't check if we still have Brayers, Sponge Brayers, but they are retiring because we now have stamping blends. What are they called? Blending brushes. And the blending brushes do a lot of what I'm showing you, but there's times when I like to use my brayers. And these are washable, and so are the blending brushes. So they're both going to do the trick. But to me, when you use a brayer, it just the ink rolls on easier than a blending brush. Blending brushes are great too, though. So what I'm doing is I'm just sort of I'm rolling. Here, I can do that a little bit. I want to kind of get it to be dark like that. See? That's what I'm trying to do. And I just re-inked, so that's why there's a little bit of streaks here. And I usually would go on with a little bit, it would go on a little more evenly, but it doesn't matter because I'm using it as the base for the camouflage. You don't want to just camouflage your white paper, your whisper white or your basic white cardstock. You want to put a little bit of a color behind it. See, that's what I did here. So that's about how dark you're making it so it's not white. Now the stamps themselves are distinctive. This is a distinctive stamp. It's something that Stampin' Up! Does. Distinctive stamping means that you have built-in shading. Okay, because there's different, the way that the rubber has different parts concentrated on it, and it makes like, the ink will hold on to more places. But you know what I'm trying to say. It'll be darker where there are dots. See, there's like dots, and then it makes it like lighter. So that's where all these shades come in to that kind of camouflage stamp. All right, so I think I'm good. We'll do another one in a minute because you'll see how each time they come out different. So that's all for that. So you want to ink up your background. We'll just shut that for a moment. Now you want to take a darker color. So this is Seaside Spray, and I'm using the Pretty Peacock because that's my favorite of the retiring colors, and because it's you always put the darker color on after you put the lighter color on. So you turn it over, and you see how it's raised a little bit. Stamping spots work great for this too. We have these little square stamping spots. But when it's raised, it's really good for inking up. But you get those lines, see the lines? So I sort of have to sort of tap, tap, tap and try to get rid of those like stark lines. But it doesn't matter because wherever there's like a big line or a big mistake, you can always cover it up with a butterfly. Because this is just the background and then you're still going to have your card elements on it. Okay, so I'm tapping to get rid of any lines. And you see how there's like concentrations where it's darker? I just love this camouflage stamp. I'll show you one that I made with the actual camouflage colors as well. And I'll pull that out in a little bit. Okay, we're going to lower this. I hope my camera is, let me see how close I am to the camera. I'm very close to the camera. I did that on purpose so you could get a good view. But then now I got the darn light in the way. Oh well. Sorry about that. There's a big glare right there, but I can't move my camera right now. If I put something there like this, it'll kind of go away, that glare. But I will in just a minute. So what you're going to do is, now the Stamparatus is great because if I did use a little bit of adhesive on the back of that piece of cardstock. So when it slipped, I put a little bit of adhesive on there. Because now, if you want, you can ink it up again. And you can't do that with a stamping block. You'd never find the same spot twice. So if you want to make this darker, you can, say you missed a spot, but it doesn't matter. You just put butterflies wherever you missed, but it doesn't matter. Okay, but I'm going to ink it up again because I can, and it's in the exact same spot. That's the nice part about a Stamparatus. Okay, now I can't do it again now because my thing just slipped, even though I had a magnet there. I did put some adhesive, but my paper slipped, so I can't ink it up a third time, but this should have done the trick. Beautiful. Okay, I have a beautiful Pretty Peacock Seaside Spray background. Every time you do this, it's going to come out differently. So here's one I did earlier. See how it's just way different. I mean, well, it dries a different color anyway. So see, I hope that this part is understandable. Hi, Julie. Okay. Let's see. What I want to do next is just do another one just for reinforcement. And I was planning on, and hi Linda, I was planning on like changing this up and doing different colors, but what happened is when I tried to use different washing methods without going to my sink, they all like smeared and I couldn't get all the ink off that I needed to get off. But once I teach you the concept, I can explain the other color combinations and you'll get the idea. In other words, if I try to wash this with baby wipes, my Stampin' Scrub, any of my techniques, if I try to wash it, then it just doesn't come off very well. All right, I wanted to show you one more for reinforcement, but I need a piece of white paper. Yeah, I don't know if I have any more, but I do have a couple little scraps, but I don't think I've cut any more card pieces for this. So we'll just do this little scrap just to give the reinforcement. Okay, so we're going to put that down. So if you just came on, and we're going to take our sponge brayer, and we're going to take, so you put the lighter color down first. Okay, we're going to put the Seaside Spray, and you're going to put the lighter color down by rolling motion. Okay. Like that. That's the rolling motion. And then you're going to ink up the camouflage stamp. I'm just inking up the middle of it for now. We'll see if it fits on there. And press that down. Okay? And you can ink it up again to make it darker. Because there, I put a little piece of adhesive behind it, right? So that would help make it darker. I mean, help make it stick, I should say. All right, so that's the concept. Okay, got the concept down now. We've already done some more, so we're going to move this off to the side. I'm going to show you how to decorate the cards and what I used. So I'm going to put that off to the side now. So you have your pretty backgrounds, and you cut some of the cardstock. Hi, Diana. Okay, and so I tried this with a Seaside Spray, Purple Posy, right? And then I'm taking this paper that's also retiring. This is the paper, what is this called? Designer Series paper. Now, Designer Series paper, we come out with new patterns every year. So this will come out this coming year, May 3rd. You're going to get all colors. You're going to get all new colors of paper and all new patterns. But see, so you put like a little background like that. See, that's how I did that. And then, I think I used the wood here. Okay, concept is then, right, you make a nice little background, and then you put this one on there. Okay, so here's a few things I want to teach. Oh, I did have another piece. I'll be darned, I have another piece. That's cool. I thought I had one more piece, but that's okay. I think you get the concept. So here's what I want to say. All right, so I tried punching some butterflies first. Like I punched them out of the paper, and then I was like inking them up, and then they started moving around a lot. So then I made whole sheets with different combinations, and I just want to explain these combinations, and then I punched them out afterwards. So it's better to stamp and then punch out the butterflies. Okay, so this combination was petal pink. I used a little bit of petal pink in the background behind these colors, and then I used the terracotta tile. Okay, that's this color here. So that's the combination. Petal pink and terracotta tile. For this combination, I just used purple posy itself. I rolled on some purple posy with this brayer, right? And then I purple posied it up, and I got this camouflage. Okay, so I hope that's understandable. And then for the Rococo Rose, I think I just used petal pink as well. Petal pink and Rococo Rose. So you always got to do something to that white paper. Otherwise, you got, white. It won't make a good camouflage. So now when you're done, now you're going to take your butterfly. I'm showing you how I made these cards. The Butterfly Duet Punch, which is $7.20. Or is it $7.80? I think it's $7.20. It's such a great deal right now. It used to be $18. Okay. So you're going to take your Butterfly Duet Punch. You're going to open it up, and you're going to punch out the butterflies. Okay, and I want to teach you a trick, what I did for one of my cards. I might have to use a small butterfly there. Yeah, I think I'm down to where I just have to do the small butterflies because I've already punched out all the big butterflies. I don't have enough room here. You can get about 4 butterflies out of one of these pieces of cardstock that was, set for a card. All right, so then what I did is I punched out the butterflies, but here's the trick. This is so cool. I got to show you this. So what I did is for this card, I took the butterflies and I punched them out. I went like this, right? Let me just do one. I went like that. Okay. And then I took the color. I hope you're following along, and I matched it up. So these are actually lined up. The patterns are lined up. So it looks like I did some fancy masking, or like, you know, like when a moth lands on a piece of log or a piece of wood and it blends in with the wood. I just like this because the pattern matches up. So you see that? The pattern in this, all three of these, I matched them up. I took this pattern and I laid it on top of the background, and it looks like I did fancy masking. Okay? But then I thought to myself, I don't need to go through all that. I just wanted to show you that technique. But I was like, I didn't need to go through all that because these look cool without lining them up, without trying to line up the butterflies. Okay? And then finally, all right, so we're moving along. We got the little, I showed you how to make the card matting. That's out of this designer series paper. Some of them I didn't even mat. I just did this one with just terracotta tile, and I just put a piece of terracotta tile cardstock and the purple posy camouflage background right on there. Okay, and then I did this little technique of taking these little, sometimes here, like here we have a camouflage. See, I have a lot going on. I'm going to make some more. So we have these butterflies, which are really cool. And then these gems, which are retiring, and they used to be, I think, $7 or $8, are now only $3.60. So I was like, oh, these gems would look really cool inside the butterflies. So I just put a little gem in there. And I usually tried to vary the color. And I did like a little bit of layering. See, like this one has that butterfly. And then you can layer up the butterflies with the gem being on top. So you take a little bit of glue and you curl your butterflies. You can curl them with a bone folder or a spatula. Take a little bit of glue and you're going to layer it up like that, just for contrast, right? Layer it up and it puffs up a little. And then you're going to take a different color of the gem. So maybe the Pretty Peacock, you could put that right in the middle there. So that was what I came up with, and I thought these would make great little tags, bookmarks, or what have you. They would make that fun little layering. I just sort of came up with this. I was like, oh, I was going to use the gems just to, you know, plunk around the card, but then I thought these are kind of fun 3D. So that's how I did these. Pop these up with dimensionals. Here, let me get rid of this. And that's how I came up with this card with the little butterfly gems. And then this is from the Many Messages die. Many Messages bundle. This is not retiring. Just wanted to say hi there. Oh, happy day. This is just Many Messages bundle. Just a card to say hello, Many Messages bundle, and some layered butterflies with dimensionals and things. This one is Seaside Spray, Rococo Rose, and the Pretty Peacock background we made. Okay, and then this card here is, again, Many Messages. Your kindness means more than here. Thank you so ever much. Your kindness means more than you could ever imagine. And this sentiment is so long, it actually goes to the edge of the card. It's that long. So it's barely going to fit in the envelope, but it does fit. Okay, so I hope you understand how I made these cards. And then I'm working on these. I'm gonna do something to these, a different sentiment, probably a different stamp set. You know, I'll take a picture. These I was thinking it would make cute little bookmarks. So I was going to work on some bookmarks. I thought, you know, chop this down, put it on a bookmark, put it on a ribbon, and add some butterflies to the bookmark. So I'm working on that. And lastly, I will show you, to wrap this up, I'm going to show you the camouflage background that you can make with the background stamp. If you don't want to be all daring and go off on a limb and make all kinds of fun in color camouflage backgrounds, and you're like, but I really like that background stamp, and you maybe like are saying, well, I know somebody that like hunts or, you know, does outdoor things, or like an army person, right? Somebody in the army. Like I have army in my family and other military, and you just want to make a cool camouflage background for, like, you know, it's a good masculine background, then, you know, go ahead and use traditional colors. And this one's an unfinished card I was making. It's using that same camouflage stamp. Okay, so I was just trying to think outside the box here and try working with camouflage different colors. And I wanted to emphasize how well these colors go together with each other. And I just wanted to, you know, share the different products that are retiring and let you know about those. So I hope we accomplished that in this short time together. And I hope you will give this technique a try with your Stamparatus and whatever background stamps you may have. then you can do the same technique. And that's all for now. Sorry, my camera's so shaky. And that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Thank you for joining me. Have a great week and a happy Easter if I don't see you again. But I don't know. There's so many cool last minute products. I might be back on soon. Bye.